Okay, let's get started. Every once in a while, you got to say goodbye. There's comes a moment where the only appropriate thing to say is goodbye. I'm going to miss you. And this is such a moment for me. I have to say goodbye to my Skywatcher EQ6R Pro. My EQ6R Pro has been a good buddy, a great friend. I feel like I'm letting it down. It's traveled with me. It's spent time with me at night in my backyard. It's traveled with me up to Aden, California, Portal 1 Dark Skies when we both attended the Golden State Star Party up in the Aden area. It was a good friend when I went up to Blue Canyon Airport in the Sierras, which is the dark site managed by Silicon Valley Astronomical Society. We spent nights together gazing at the stars. It kept me company in Landers, California at Goat Mountain Astronomical Research Station. And it never failed me. It was a great performer. It guided very well. It guided as well as I allowed it to guide based upon how I was managing the balance of my devices on the mount, how my guide scope was set up, how good my stars were. It never let me down. I let it down on numerous occasions, I'm sure. But yeah, my friend, I have to say goodbye. At 70 years old, which I am, and with intermittent back issues, and with me being a traveler, which means I'm always going somewhere, setting it up, tearing it down, going somewhere else, setting it up, tearing it down, I can no longer take the risk to my back. It's a bit heavy for the physical condition that I'm in right now, and therefore I've decided to put it up for sale. So yesterday I made the tough decision to list it on cloudy nights. So I've listed it here on cloudy nights. I kind of didn't want to do it on the one hand because it is such a good performer. It's a good mount. I think it's very well sized for my Edge HD8, and I even saw myself going larger with maybe a 925 or an 11, but that's not going to be the case. My friend, I'm sure you will wind up in the hands of someone that can probably manage you much better than I can, that's much better at reading the PhD guide logs, that's much better at setting the right back focus on their off-axis guide scope. And I'm sure you're going to be a lot happier. But you bailed me out of a lot of situations. You were an excellent performer, always reliable. But I just can't handle the weight anymore. So I just wanted to say goodbye, my friend. So I decided to sell it. I'm going to operate with one mount for right now, my AM5. I know that my AM5 will handle the Edge HD8 as I currently have it configured at 23.5 pounds. And if anyone's looking for a mount, I listed it at $1,200. I'm open to suggestions on what the right price might be. Let me know. The only fly in the ointment, in a sense, is that it needs to be a local pickup here in the San Mateo area, the greater San Jose, San Francisco Bay area. And if someone was up in Northern California, say in the Sacramento area, I'd be willing to meet you halfway to do the exchange. But yeah, it's tough to admit I'm old, but I'm old. And it's not so much that I'm old, it's my back. And I never quite know when my back is going to give me an issue. And I just thought it was the best thing in the long term. Also, imaging with 2 scopes all the time. I'm producing twice the data, which means my processing backlog is larger. And processing is not my favorite part of the experience. It's necessary, because why go through all the effort of collecting the field data if you're not going to process it? But so I'm going to work with one mount for right now. There's a couple of targets that I want to do with my Red Cat 51 before I dive deep into Galaxy season. I want to do the Shark. But then I thought over the winter time I'll just run with my AM5 mount and the Edge HD8, and then along those series of months I'll make a decision about maybe purchasing another mount, maybe the AM5-N, as I understand it, that has a payload capacity of 33 pounds without the counterweight, and I think up to 44 with the counterweight. So I don't really know what I'm going to do, but purchasing the EQ6R Pro was the right decision at the time, and it's a very good mount and a good performer, and clearly more than enough to handle an Edge HD8, and as I think probably a 925 no problem as well. So all right, it's tough to say goodbye, but my back has really been nudging me to make this decision, and now that it's listed, it's done. And we'll see how long it takes for someone to purchase it. It may take months. That's okay. I'm not going to take it out of the box anymore, and I'm going to give my back a break and see what happens as far as a future mount down the road. All right, if you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I got a video coming up around the trip down to Death Valley, Father Crowley Overlook, where I met up with Patrick Kerrigan and Christian Ralph. We had a good time down there. I was able to join them for one night. It was worth me making that trip. I had spent 3 nights at Blue Canyon Airport. Prior to that, I was there. My last night was the new moon, October 2nd. Got home on Thursday, and then made the decision on Friday afternoon to head down to Death Valley, and I'm very happy I did. It was nice to see Christian and Patrick again, and Floor, and we had a great time, a lot of laughs, and I learned that there are no satellites and other things, but maybe that's a story for another time. All right. Be sure and check out the video description for our affiliate links. Again, if you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for dropping into the video. Please leave a comment. Other than that, clear skies.